I
didn't
trusted you
tell
with
anyone that the
everything.
housewarming
How
gift
could you
came
take it
from my
all?
life savings.
My life savings gone.
I smiled, handed over the keys, and pretended my hands weren't shaking. That's the part I never say out loud. The part that still tightens my chest when I think about it. Everyone thought I was just being generous. Thought I was trying to be kind to my stepmom. What they didn't know was that the gift wasn't just money or furniture or some symbolic gesture. It was years of discipline. Missed vacations, late nights, dreams I had carefully packed away for someday, and someday arrived wearing a smile that didn't belong to me. My dad married Linda when I was 22. My mom had passed away 3 years earlier, and the house felt too quiet after that. My dad was lonely in a way he never admitted, and Linda filled the silence quickly. She laughed loudly. She cooked big meals. She called me sweetheart in front of people. Everyone said she was good for him. At first, I wanted to believe that too. I had already been on my own for a few years, working a steady job, living in a small apartment, saving aggressively. I was proud of myself. I had a goal. I wanted to buy my own place before I turned 30. No help, no loans from family, just me. Linda knew that. She asked questions. How much do you save each month? Are you investing or just letting it sit? You're so responsible. Your mom would be proud. That last part always softened me. When my dad and Linda decided to move into a new house together, it became a whole event. A fresh start, they called it. Bigger place. Quiet neighborhood. Everyone pitched in somehow. My aunt bought curtains. My cousins helped paint. And then Linda pulled me aside one afternoon and said, "You know what would mean the world to your dad?" I should have paused. I should have asked more questions. She told me the house needed a final payment to close. Not huge, she said. Just a gap. She said my dad didn't want to ask me because he was proud of me and didn't want to be a burden. She said it would be like a gift. A housewarming gift. Something meaningful. I went home that night and stared at my savings account. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself family helps family. I told myself I could rebuild. I transferred the money the next morning. At the housewarming party, Linda hugged me tightly. "I'll never forget this," she whispered. My dad looked surprised when he found out, then emotional. He hugged me longer than usual. Everyone clapped. Someone joked that I was the favorite child. I laughed with them. For a while everything felt fine. They moved in. Life went on. I focused on work, started saving again. Slower this time, but still moving forward. Then the small things started. Linda began asking for advice about money. Then favors. "Can you cover the electric bill this month? We're still settling in. Your dad's car needs repairs, just until next paycheck." It was always temporary. Always framed as a small ask. I said yes more than I should have. One evening I stopped by unexpectedly. I had a long day and just wanted to see my dad. Linda was on the phone in the kitchen laughing. I heard my name. "She has a lot saved," she said casually. "She doesn't even notice when money goes out. She trusts me." I froze. She noticed me and ended the call quickly. Smiled, asked if I wanted tea. I said I had to go. That night I didn't sleep. I started paying attention after that. Little comments she made. How she talked about my money like it was a shared resource. How she volunteered my help without asking. "She'll cover it," she'd say. "She's good with money." The midpoint came quietly. Not with yelling or drama. Just paperwork. My dad asked me to help organize some documents. As I flipped through folders, I saw a loan statement. A large one. Taken out months before the housewarming. The amount matched exactly what I had given. My hands went numb. Later, when I asked my dad about it, he looked confused. He said they had already covered the closing costs. The money I gave had gone toward renovations Linda wanted. New floors, custom cabinets, things I had admired, thinking they were compromises or savings. That was the moment something cracked open inside me. I confronted Linda a week later, calmly at first. I told her what I had found. She didn't deny it. She sighed like I was inconveniencing her. "You're young," she said. "You'll make more money. This house is for your dad's future." I asked why she lied. She shrugged. "You would have said no." The room went silent after that. I felt small, used, ashamed for not seeing it sooner. The emotional peak wasn't the argument. It was later that night, sitting alone in my apartment, realizing my savings were gone, and so was my sense of safety. Realizing that kindness without boundaries had cost me years of work. I cried quietly, not dramatic, just tired tears. The next day, I made changes. Not loud ones. I stopped giving money. I said no without explanations. I talked to my dad honestly, without blaming, just facts. He was hurt, angry, mostly at himself. Linda and I don't talk much now. The resolution wasn't perfect. I didn't get my money back. I didn't get an apology that felt real. What I got was clarity. I rebuilt my savings slowly, this time with firmer lines. The meaningful ending came months later, when I finally bought a small condo. On my own. I stood in the empty living room and felt something steady settle in my chest. I learned that generosity should never require self-erasure, that love doesn't demand silence, and that protecting your future isn't selfish, even when others cross the line. Some gifts cost too much, and some lessons once learned quietly save you for the rest of your life.